One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik, 2026. Data and feelings. Having a written business plan will help you grow 30% faster than a company without. For businesses that have a written plan, only 12.5% actually accomplish their goals. Proof of something I've known deep in my bones for decades. Execution wins. So it's the day before I return to work. It's been more than 2 weeks of holiday time with the family. I've ideated on a solo silent retreat, in a warm dark spear house, and in the snowy fields hunting with my kids and dogs. I've slept longer and better than I have in years. I've recently started dreaming again. Not the fantastical night dreams. I've always had those. I've started dreaming like an entrepreneur again. But this time, from the second hill on the transition curve. This type of dreaming has less unknowns. It's less wondrous, but way more informed, reasonable, and effective. That does not mean it does not excite me. Exactly the opposite. The nervousness in my gut comes from anticipation and not pure novelty. But I'm also well aware of what needs to be done and how to do it. So here are my plans for 2026 and how they tie into my life's purpose, which is to be a transitional character in my family's lives and to create surplus value for all of my people. For the painting company, I'd like to grow 20% this year without adding any humans. This is not for ego. It's because the data says we can easily support that much growth without stressing any of the systems or lessening our service. The keys to this growth are the same as last year, where we grew 10% with fewer humans, leads and sales. We are not production constrained by labor or by project management or by coordination capacity. We will grow by increasing spending on marketing, making our current 8 paid channels and 3 effort-based channels incrementally more effective, and by upskilling our estimating team with advanced emotional intelligence skills so that they can sell more. We'll continue to diversify just about everything: labor, leads, commercial work, and marketing channels. Also, doing a whole bunch of mundane, unsexy things consistently. Additional 1.1x improvements this year will be a new CRM and a project management software. Me taking on a protege and increasing the internal standards of the company. If I accomplish this goal, it will be the most life-changing, least sexy series of changes to the business, but will be glorious. It'll be a tough thing to brag about on the social medias, but that's not the point. The real value is created in private tangibles and intangibles. Ask a Painter as a brand has been really finding its voice. Tons of free content, actually 500 hours and 9 years worth. An elevated experience in my live events across the country, and the penultimate experience, the retreat. There's something for everyone at every level of the content ladder. I've taken on fewer clients, done more and better content, and have really leaned in to the intense human connections, my 1,000 raving fans, as the concept goes. I look forward to a transition year and some new adventures and new initiatives as the year progresses. The PCA has received my utmost care and attention for the last 7 years or so. I'll be handing over the chairmanship in about a month. I'll remain a servant leader, but in a new capacity and still on the board. The most important thing for this area of my life is to find a new way to contribute. With the help of my board, I'm sure we can find something. In the past year, I've redoubled my efforts towards my family, having taken almost 2 decades to get a stable and secure financial base beneath us. This year will be more of the same, leaning into kids, their futures, as well as the relationship with my wife, Toots. Seeing that we'll be empty nesters in about 8 years, I'm going to incessantly work on a deep foundation so that we don't have to be slapped with the transition years from now. As for myself, I'll continue to work on myself. I'll continue the work I started on myself almost 4 years ago. I'll continue to enjoy brutality. I'll push myself to be more consistent in a few areas of life, and above all else, I'll really challenge myself to be honest, first with myself and then with all the humans around me. A close friend bluntly asked me if I have less energy or interest in all of this than I did in the past. The answer, absolutely not. It's going to be a good year, even if none of this happens, but most of it will, and I'll enjoy the journey as much as any semi-present human can. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.